everyone is getting ready to watch this total solar eclipse. Of course, in the North America, Canada, Australia, on the other side, like India, no one will be able to see this solar eclipse from their hometowns. So they all have to get on the internet to see, because this solar eclipse is happening in Greenland, in Iceland, and in Spain. And it is happening US local time on the 12th. Today is Monday, we are talking Wednesday. On Wednesday, US local time, between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And you can convert that time zones to your time zones. I'll be going live and I'll be showing you from various sources the real total solar eclipse. And you should definitely come into the channel. Please do watch the live views of this solar eclipse. Here is what I'm looking at. And by the way, if you are looking at sun those days, please do have a solar glasses. Make sure you are not looking at sun directly or using your telescopes. Please don't do that. You have to have a protection. And if you look at sun using these glasses, you should be able to be comfortably looking at sun. Without these $1 or $2 glasses from any website that you can get, you are going to have permanent blindness looking at sun, whether it's telescope or whether you are looking at directly, not a good thing. Just wanted to give you that fair warning there. There is a completely different subject going on the internet, and that's why I was making this video. During this total solar eclipse, there will be a loss of gravity. So people are going to like kind of float, or things will float in the air. It's kind of rumor on the internet. So I was looking at all the data points that I need to collect to understand what is going on here. It is quite mysterious what I found. I wanted to give you a preface. You will be surprised when I'm telling you this. It's not a complete rumor. I'm going to show you all the data that I collected in a minute. If you're new to this channel, this is Ray. I'm Cosmic Ray on this channel. I do a lot of astronomy observations, live telescope viewing. I do take a lot of pictures of space, planets, comets, asteroids. I show you those things live. I do a lot of earth sciences. I track volcanoes, earthquakes, a lot of other things related to earth sciences. Anything to do with the investigation, my mind goes there. Let me give you the most interesting thing that you will ever find on the internet about gravity during the solar eclipse. So the story begins in 1954. A French physicist and a Nobel Prize economist, Maurice Allais, he wants to use his pendulum to see if it has any impact because of solar eclipse. This was June 30, 1954, and he did notice that there is a unexpected change in the pendulum, not by a huge amount, but a very small amount. He saw this behavior and he wants to go after another eclipse on October 2nd, 1959. The strange observation later came to known as Allais effect, since he was noticing it twice. He even wrote a memoir, detailed memoir to NASA. The Allais effect and my experiments with this pendulum 1954 to 1960. NASA even numbered this memoir as C-6083. So this is the man, this is his measurement equipment that he was using. So this is in 1954, 30th June. And look at the location of Paris. It is the experimental location, the point of greatest eclipse. This is when they found this particular gravitational anomaly. So this is the man I was actually colorizing his picture to understand that how this man was sitting down and experimenting. I believe this picture was printed in his PDF and somebody extracted it. So, what he reported, right? He reported that during the course of a normal day, the swing direction appears to rotate clockwise. So it is doing this, it is going this direction, right? From 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, and it is moving this. At the start of the solar eclipse, the swing direction begins to rotate rapidly anti clockwise. Now, he reported that this movement is very subtle. And this paper that I'm showing you is from a page from another researcher. I'm not really sure whether this is the paper that was used in his paper or not. It said this graphic was adapted from Scientific American. I'm just quoting that as it is. But these are very large claims that the anti-direction, anti-clockwise, at the start of solar eclipse, at the swing direction begins to rotate rapidly anti-clockwise. After the eclipse, there is a return to the normal in the direction of rotation, and it resumes back again back into the clockwise. This is a huge discovery if that was the case, because if you think of Einstein and gravity and how gravity works, and that entire thing has to be revised if you can actually shield the gravity. So there is lot more to talk about this particular subject. Now, this is another snippet from the 30th June 1954. Again, this is adapted from the NASA Marshall Space Flight Center. That's what it is written, and I pulled it from those websites and as well. So we don't have an authentic document that is going to show us what this is. It says that the Earth's rotation, as seen with the help of solar eclipse, and it described about the eclipse and the pendulum, how the pendulum swing angle changed during the 1954 eclipse, and he posted a picture of that. So this is important. Now it is getting very popular, but keep in mind, Allais didn't say people are becoming lighter, they are not floating. He said he didn't say gravity disappeared. He said there is a subtle change in the behavior, extremely sensitive to his pendulum. That's what he claims. And now, as this experiment is getting more and more popular, another solar eclipse. This was in 1961. And this one is February 15th, 1961. This is in Romania. They used a different kind of a pendulum hanging from the ceiling. Gorge Jeverton, Gorge Rusu, and Virgil Antonescu. These three guys wants to do the experiment using this pendulum, and they did find something unusual. They saw this oscillation period of the pendulum changed subtly during the eclipse. So now that particular experiment is also called as Jeverton, Rusu, and Antonescu effect. Now we have two effects and two experiments, and both of them talking about some kind of a gravitational impact. Exotic possibilities are there to understand what's going on here. So while these three folks are working on this anomaly, there are three other scientists, 1961, same time, were looking at the same or similar kind of measurements, but they are using almost like a precision gravity measurements. And what they are looking for is, they were specifically looking for, is there a evidence that is there a gravity shielding going on? And these results were later published in the Journal of Geophysical Research. And the paper was called An Experiment Concerning the Gravitational Shielding. You know where this is going. They did not find any convincing evidence total solar eclipse was actually shielding gravity. So by 1961, end of 1961, we already have a problem. Like two of these experiments are showing something unusual, and the other one did not show any gravity shielding. So the controversy started back in 1961. 1970, Saxel and Allen experiment. This is one of the most famous one. This is March 7, 1970. The researchers, Arvind Saxel and Mildred Allen, they had a completely different experiment. They did not use normal pendulum at all. They used something called torsion pendulum. The idea is to report a significant change during the period of eclipse. So their paper is published for the Physical Review, and the paper is called 1970 Solar Eclipse as seen by torsion pendulum. Now this became like one of the famous experiments now in the entire eclipse gravity history. And this is also called a Saxel effect. Once again, the same question came back. Was this eclipse somehow affecting gravity? Is there a influence on the instrument like 1990, the replication problem? So we jump forward like 20 years just to give you the latest and greatest research that is going on. Now, researchers are now considering this as an important experiment. Can we repeat the Saxel and Allen experiment, and can we prove using the torsion pendulum experiment if it can impact gravity? So July 22nd, 1990, one of the researchers named Tom Kusala, he carried out very similar the torsion pendulum experiment, and he wants to see if he could reproduce the Saxel and Allen claim. Well, the effect was not able to reproduce at all. So he reported that he was not able to reproduce that effect. Same time, there is another team in Russia, Luo Jun's team. So they said they could not see a large effect. They could see a like 5.2 times 10 to the power of minus 5 change. This is like 90% confidence. They proved that they can only see an extremely minor change. This is the second experiment in 1990. So now we have a problem. We are dealing with some of experiments are going into anomalies, other experiments are resulting no reports at all. So the replication is getting more and more inconsistent. So if it has a true gravitational effect, then everyone should be able to reproduce. While this is going on, India joined these tests in 1995. It's a very interesting result what was produced or reproduced by India. This was October 24, 1995. DC Mishra and BS Vyageshwar Rao, they were doing this testing during the solar eclipse. And they were using not a pendulum, but a very sensitive gravimeter. And what they reported was a temporary variation in the local gravitational field during an eclipse. And they wrote this huge paper called Temporal Variation in Gravity Field During Solar Eclipse, 24th October 1995. So what they found was it's a very tiny variation, like 10 to 12 microgal. This is really, really tiny. Humans cannot feel anything. So this, if you use this kind of a precision gravimeter, you should be able to measure this kind of a small variation during the eclipse. Now, with this, the eclipse mystery moved away from the pendulum, and people are using other sensitive instruments to measure this micro gravitational anomaly. Then came China. So before we get to the final story of China, I do wanted to share one of the personal experiences from back home. So the grandma and mothers and many people in the community back home have an interesting belief. So during the total solar eclipse, If you remove the pestle from the motor and place it upright on the ground, it would not fall. Sometimes those pestles will have a flat surface and sometimes don't. So that childhood belief did stay back of my mind when I'm actually researching and creating this story. I wanted to share that with you so that it gives that kind of a personal connection to these age-old beliefs about these solar eclipses, gravity, and this mysterious relationship between the sun, moon, and the earth. So let's get back to the China story. So what China did is completely unusual. The Chinese instrument used similar instrument like India instrument, the sensitive gravimeter, and rather than turning like before and after the earthquake, they were measuring this from March 5th through March 12th, while March 9th being the total solar eclipse. What they found was the recording shows that the gravity, a tiny bit of a change, did reduce during the beginning of the solar eclipse and ending of the solar eclipse, not during the totality. So this complicated further understanding what is going on with the gravity and the eclipse. This is one of the most widely discussed experiment as well. So NASA got onto the bandwagon and European Space Agency got onto the bandwagon lately. The results were not announced, like some of these results are erroneous. There is a lot of confusion still exists on how much gravity gets impacted during the total solar eclipse. We do have those experiments, those papers from the past. I believe it got fed into the internet, and obviously internet took off saying that people are going to fly, the things around you will fly during the solar eclipse. But that's at least what I can see. But I think more and more studies are going to conclude what this is about. That's pretty much what I have tonight. I'm going to see you all in the next video. More than likely, we will all connect during the solar eclipse. I'm going to go live and show you the solar eclipse really, really well. Please do join me there. I'll see you there. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you can give me a like and a hype, that would be great. Thank you.